What's going on, everybody? This is the Cloud9 podcast, season 2, episode 1. Yes, so I thought there'd be no better way than to start the second season of the Cloud9 podcast than with Cloud9 officially returning to the World Championship. There was an action
Fuck
packed
you.
week of League of Legends, a lot of best of fives. I mean, we pretty much just like ran the gauntlet with best of fives, this past weekend. And it was a great week of League of Legends between, watching, LPL, LEC, and LCS. And, there's so many narratives and storylines, for the LCS that we can pretty much dive into, as well as the great quality gameplay, But Warren, how you doing, dude? Did you like that TSM is not going to Worlds after you gave them 1,000 excuses?
I know how Cloud9 feels last year, that's for sure.
That shit is rough. That shit is rough as fuck. And it happened to me twice. Like last year, TSM knocks out Cloud9. This year, Fnatic knocks out G2. I just can't catch a break, man. I just literally can't catch a break. But, as for like LCS, there's a lot of stuff a lot of people brought up about like the broadcast. They brought up about the the trash talking, I don't know, man. That's something we could talk about, but because when it comes to the broadcast, there's a lot of things, that jeez, oh my god. Sorry, guys, I got distracted by something. So let me make sure I pay attention to all this stuff. So, there was an episode of the Crackdown. I think Gilioto was a part of, right? And, he was talking about the broadcast. And, I don't know. It just depends on who you pretty much resonate with during the broadcast, right? Like, if you don't really vibe with the EU humor, then you're probably going to most likely like the NA broadcast. That's all I was like for a while. I was like, I don't really like their humor. And then they got different people overall. And then I was like, okay, these people are kind of cool. Deficio, Quickshot, back when they had like Pyrotechnics, that's what his name was. They had a lot of different people back then. They've, cycled out new people over and over, and I think the LEC has gotten a really good grasp on how to present League of Legends. I think they've massively improved year to year. I can't really say that, for the LCS. I mean, I think the LCS is trying. I really do think at the end of the day, the people that are in charge of the LCS are trying, but it's not just about, who you can go through. It's about what gets approved. I genuinely think Dash and Kaiser.
Oh, hey, Zilak, by the way.
That I just genuinely think they're trying to do a good job, but because people are really, really harsh, on everything. People just bitch and moan about just everything. It's better to not pay attention to that and then just do whatever you want to do. And if they like it, they like it. And if they don't, they don't. Because, that's just how I personally see it. How do you see the broadcast, actually?
So the actual, casting is fine. Right?
Yeah, with Freak, Zale, Kobe,
yeah,
Captain Flowers, they're okay. They're the okay part of it.
The analysis with some even Primal goes by Kaizen now because I think he changed it. He has good analysis. So the problem is there's no narratives and story. Like
LEC it just feels bland.
LEC tells a story. They do these funny music videos. They do these things with the players to build up hype. There's no real hype, so it's there's no. I don't want to make it sound funny, but there's no theatrics.
That's true. It just feels like they're struggling to tell a story now that Doublelift and Bjergsen are retired, because they were like the big names for the LCS. They were like the Kobe Bryant and the Michael Jordan of the LCS. They were like the big selling points of it, and now that they're actually retired, I see the struggle of the LCS trying to basically, create narratives and stuff like that. But I think you could easily create narratives. I just don't think they are really as involved as, people might think, actually. I genuinely think, they're just not exactly paying attention to what's going on. That's just me personally. I might be wrong, but that's just how I see it. I just see it as it's like, okay, if you have Doublelift and Bjergsen, who are retired now, and you're struggling to create narratives. I mean, what about creating a narrative of like, hey, Jensen, right? Jensen has been a player that has battled Bjergsen for a very, very long time. And what about him and building him up? They have a hard time with building up the players they have now, They just really struggle with it. I think there's a lot of good players you can build narratives around, in the LCS currently right now. Players like Jensen, players like Someday, players like Jizuke, Abadage, Vulcan, Perks, Closer. Like, there's so many good players on these top tier teams you can build narratives on, Power of Evil, Sword Art, Spica, great players you can build stuff around. So what do you think the LCS needs to do to improve, like, at least the broadcast? Because, like, I generally think, dude, Kobe, Azael, Freak, Captain Flowers, they do a good job, honestly. It's not like, Dash too. Dash, Kobe, Azael, Freak, Captain Flowers. I think they do a really good job. I think the analysts, when they're talking on the desk, they need to be a bit more concisive, with their points. I think that using analysis like, okay, Syndra wasn't open, so they just banned it. I mean, yeah, of course. What the fuck? I swear one of them said that and I almost like lost my shit. I was like, wait, that's not even analysis. That's just brain dead shit, But there's some interesting news surrounding League. So, the 2021 League of Legends World Championship will not be held in China. They're actually moving it to Europe. Which, do you think that's a good thing, dude? Do you think it's a good thing to pretty much have worlds in Europe, actually? Okay, I'm pretty sure Warren's dead. Okay, so they announced...
No, I'm not dead. I forgot to unmute myself.
Oh my god. Warren's usually always dead, getting sucked up by Precious during these streams and shit.
Of course. She's sucking the soul out of me.
Holy shit.
What? Let's be realistic with the way movies. This is not related, but I'm just trying to have correlation with movies have been restaurants and stuff. It seems wise because I think Europe doesn't have that many bans and restrictions as opposed to like the Asian countries. And to be fair, that's their own government, and we have no real say on how they, doctrine, and that's not our place. Also, I know there's a lot of streamers. Like for instance, I know one channel that I watch tracking the pros. They couldn't really watch the boot camp of like the players because they were all basically on the Chinese super server. They weren't on the regular server. So that's a benefit. The problem is I have a feeling it's going to be like the MSI of like 2018 when it was like in an auditorium, which is going to be kind of whack. But maybe they can pull off.
Oh, you're talking about when the LCS went to Florida. Instead of having a big venue, they went to like an auditorium.
Yeah, this was MSI, the one that Uzi
2018.
Yes.
Right. Was it 2018 MSI that did that? I remember one of the LCS championships in 2018 going to Florida, and it was really, really small. It was like 2,000 people max that they capped it out at.
No, LCS, the championships were always big for like the respective, like I think like 20,000 or so. But
no, because that Florida one, remember there was the one in Florida where 100 Thieves faced Team Liquid in the finals. Remember they got 3-0'd. That one was pretty
venue.
Small. That was small though. No, Spring was small.
2018 MSI.
2018 MSI. I forgot the teams that went to the
2018 Flash Bulls.
Oh, you're talking about when they played the group stage in the EU stage, actually.
Yeah, it's. I feel like
that was small. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
really small. Like I think that's kind of what's gonna happen. But hopefully they are able to fix that issue because I mean this is a last minute thing. Nobody wants to go to an auditorium. Come on, it's Worlds.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a crowd, dude. Like we haven't had crowds in quite some time. Do you actually miss crowds? Actually, like I think it's a good thing to have. It's just to hype the games up. It's I don't know, man. Players play better generally. I think with crowds around or more conservatively, or you feel like they make better decisions. I don't know. All of the decisions people have been making in game with like no crowds around because like when a crowd's there, they're watching like your every move. How if you miss a CS, if you miss a skill shot in a team fight, there's a lot of things, right? But before we get into all the best of fives that happened this week, TSM and G2 are out. They're done. Their 2021 season is over. So before we get into talking about the actual best of fives, since you are a TSM fan, what do you think they need to change going into the 2022 season? Like, who's a player you think they could even pick up?
Well, I don't want any washed up players. Like, I
Thank
want
you for your analysis, Warren.
like, you know what? Here's what I mean. Like, every time we still have Perks in his prime, you could say, and he had a rough first year, but he's made it now to MSI and World, so he's fulfilled his contract basically. Like, it's not, and he's outside of like other intangibles on his team that I don't know what's gonna happen with C9 as well, but that's a different story, right? They need to probably get a better ADC. Sorry for Lost. I really gave them a shot. I really think they should have put in Cody Sun at some point, and maybe get a different top laner. I think Huni played great, but his champion pool really pigeonholed them, strawman them, pigeonhole them, whichever term you want to use in the draft, and it really hurt. Like, imagine if Huni played Ornn. That's a different game all around.
Yeah. Good God. Because, like, it really feels like some of the drafting has been brought into question. Like, do you think their drafting has been good? Because like drafting has been really, really suspect. Like, I said this was going to be an issue for TSM. Remember, like they didn't really lane properly. They just got out mechanicked in lane sometimes, and they just started roaming around getting kills. Like, I guess you can take that as a good or bad thing in some situations, but that was really telling how they just didn't stay in lane as long, and they just started like leaving almost like 6 minutes into the game. It's like, are they just afraid of laning or some shit? Like, are they afraid of just getting out mechanicked? Like, I don't know, you know? It's one of these things where it's like, I don't try to initially like bash on players or stuff like, or, you know, stuff I don't really know about, but it's very, very apparent when it's right there in your face.
My problem was like Huni never played a set this season. I think maybe once when set's a good blind pick. He didn't play Mundo. Like you could have played so many things that would have like, yes, K4 Polo. He is a straight turncoat. You're right.
The drying, I have to wash the jerseys, guys. I sweat a lot, and if I wear them, they get like sweaty, and then I got to wash them because I always got to stay fresh for the ladies, you know. Also, this is really, really, really comfortable too.
Okay. You're a dirtbag.
Oh my God! But I'm wearing this for you, Warren, for your appreciation.
Now, I don't give a fuck. I already G2's out of Worlds. GT no Worlds. Happy. I hate that
TSM team. No Worlds. Fuck
I don't
TSM.
Care. Yeah, they're undefeated now at Worlds now. So
yeah, they can't go 0-12 this year.
You're right.
They can find their 0-6 group stage.
After, all right. So
okay, so let's talk about this. You know, there's a lot of pressure.
You keep Spica, you keep Sword Art. Huni and Lost is probably gone.
Also, there's this big amount of pressure that comes with playing on TSM, right?
One more thing. I think they could pick up Young Buck as like an analysis or assistant coach. I think he's good.
I think they tried. Like no one really took Young Buck, right? Remember? I think he said he tried to, go to some teams in NA, but they didn't really want him, which is crazy to think about, right? But I think when you look at TSM, there is a big amount of pressure that comes with playing on TSM. Like, there will be times where TSM will try out different strategies in draft, and then they don't win those games. And then, like, they revert back to what works for them, because when they try to be, like, diverse in champion select, the fans just get really, really angry if they're not dominating on those strategies, right? And it just comes to a point where, there's a lot of pressure from fans. And then if you're not performing well, obviously with the new strategies, then like basic casual general fans just don't see a point in it, right? But the issue here is TSM need to try out these different drafts. Like, credit to Power of Evil, he did try out different champions during the split. He played Viego, he played Lucian, he played Lee Sin. He just didn't do that well on Lee Sin, and then they just stopped picking it for him. Like, people said even in the chat that Power of Evil wasn't playing different champions. He was trying. He tried to play different champions. Like, did we not see him try to play Viego, Lee Sin, Lucian? It was just they didn't really win as much on those, champions, so they just stopped putting them on those champions,
Think about this, right? You literally just came into the position where the guy called Bjergsen has been.
I
Like,
hear that guy's pretty good, actually. Yeah, I hear it,
like,
What do I know, right?
like, imagine that and still perform pretty good in your first two splits, because like, let's be honest, Dyrus wasn't gonna be there forever. Wild Turtle, like all these Lust Boy, like eventually these icons have to leave. Like, it's just time, right?
Mhm.
So he did pretty well. So Sword Art, like, I just checked Sword Art on the ladder. This guy has 1,600 challenger points. He's rank 2.
This guy's he's insane. He's
But
such a
yet
grinder.
he grinds just like Sven. This guy plays hard. Um,
Mhm.
and about earlier about him smiling, like, he is
What
new
do
to
you
the
want
game.
me to do? What do you want me to do? Punch his ADC in the face because Lost can't lane properly? Like, what the fuck? What do you want me
Like,
to
they
do?
just lost. Like, when Broken Blade lost, and I was watching TSM when they lost to TL to go to MSI, and they were up 2-0.
Mhm.
Um, what you call it? He was like, he said to um Zix, I don't want to talk to anyone. Of course, you just lost. I would, if I was one of those players,
Mhm.
I would have cried. I wouldn't show it on stage. I'd cry, because, like,
You saw
world,
Perks almost do it too. Remember when they lost to FPX? He was walking. You saw the tears coming down. He just tried
right,
to hold it in as best he could.
right. Like, it's because it's rough, because this is what players live for, to get
Mhm.
to to get to MSI, to get to Worlds.
Worlds win trophies domestically.
I think Worlds more than MSI, because you have a better chance, right? In the major region.
Well, it's even
Minor
like
regions is only one team.
because like you gotta kind of factor this in too, dude. It's like even if you don't do well at MSI, you don't do well at Worlds, right? At least if you win a trophy domestically, at least it validates what you're doing, right? Because you want
Well,
to have an achievement for your career, even if you make finals, right? Because to be honest with you, dude, Power of Evil has never won a title ever, but he's been in like a ton of finals, right? Do we see Power of Evil as a bad player? At least him being in finals as much as he has been validates his career. He's done well at Worlds, at one period point in time. He's had he like Flame Horizon trophy last year when he was playing on FlyQuest. Power People is a good player, and it's the thing with like not even players like him. There's just other players on TSM that definitely needed to rebound this year. Because if we look at TSM coming into this year, dude, they picked up Huni. A lot of people were like, well, why didn't you grab Licorice, Impact? And
they
I do
tried.
think I do think Huni played good to a certain extent. I think Huni played good. He played really well in the regular season for the summer split. He was pretty much like top 3, top 4, top laner. Spica came into his own. He was like MVP quality. I had him as like one of my front runners for MVP, though I didn't choose him, but he played good. He played great. Power of Evil, I had him as my all-pro second-tier mid laner. In Spring Split, he was robbed of all-pro first mid laner. Remember when people chose Perks over him? My Power of Evil is good. Power of Evil played great. Lost, I mean, no, I'm just sorry. He just played bad most of the year, man. Some games it was just literally non-existent, And it's hard filling the shoes of Doublelift. It's hard. Don't get me wrong, it's hard to do it,
Yeah, think about two. These are two iconic roles with two of the most legacy players being filled on one of the most branded organizations. Like, even though TSM might not be at Worlds, I guarantee you're gonna hear them see TSM being chanted, and like TSM as some, like, that's how much of a
TSM and the Dallas Cowboys, the league, man. They're just you hate to love them and you love to hate them. It's just
right.
how it
So
works,
it's like
man.
that's how influential they are. I honestly think that with this year gone by, and like, they so far they didn't have much drama this
Mhm.
year. No real drama. Considered last year was like a lot. I
Remember
think
the
they should
Dardock shit that was last
get
year? Oh my
get
god.
Dardoch and Kabe, and then Lena. I think they should go for Upset again. He would have an easier time getting the worlds. He said that he would come here for the money. TSM has the money, and I would, if I was TSM, that's who I go for. I go for Upset. I think Upset Sword Art sounds like a really goddamn good bot lane. Nobody can tell me I'm wrong. Then
Oh, but you also said they have Cody's son, so like, why would you get upset when you have Cody's son? Upset's better, right?
Upset's gonna be way better than Cody's son at the end
Yeah,
of the day, right?
but if you have Cody's son, why not give him a chance either? Because I'm pretty sure you were thinking about this too. They're gonna drop Lost in the main roster and just promote Cody's son into next year. Let's be
Yeah,
honest here.
yeah,
Why are we kidding ourselves?
But Bjergsen did what like Bjergsen did what Astralis did. They kept their whole team for the whole year, didn't do any subs, and credit to him because that's really hard to do. Because like at a moment's notice, the first thing you want to do is herky jerk someone out and say, this is let's take out Hooney, let's take out this person, let's
Mhm.
do this.
I'm glad they did stick with the same roster, through and through. That shows growth, right? But a lot of people have been talking about. Okay, so you want to hear a take from this one person that you hate? You want to go over it or not? You're good.
Who is this?
Your best friend, actually. You talk about him every day.
Alfred Gamers. Upset is not Jackie Love is a firecracker. You never know what you're getting with that guy.
Jackie
Like
Love is so good.
Jackie
Holy
Love is
shit.
really good, but he can
He has period.
he
It's not
can
even
win
just
you the
inting.
game or he can int you the game.
He has moments where he's like the best ADC in the world, and then he has moments where it's like, dude, this guy's complete garbage.
You think he's playing like Jeskla. Oh, so it's my boy I am Germ.
Yeah, he had a take on TSM right here earlier today. That I get. If you want to go over it, we'll go over this a little bit, and
Yeah,
then we'll go over the
sure.
games.
I don't
It's just he's a TSM fan too. I was like, oh shit. Definitely curious how long the current TSM leadership / management / staff get to sit on the laurels of the org's past success. 4 years, 1 title, 1 Worlds appearance, 0-6. Should not be good enough. Org reeks of nepotism at the moment and is clearly in need of a big change, in my opinion.
Okay. First off, let's break this down. They just got Curry and Bjergsen, who's a new
And
coach,
K's.
and Case. So they changed. One, you're an idiot. Two, they won a title last year. Like what? And they went to Worlds. Even though it was a bad performance, they went to Worlds. Okay, so again, point number 2, shut the fuck up. Second of all, let's look at the series, break it down. Everybody, even yourself, not because you want to agree with me, because you're unbiased, like you said, which is why I do these shows, says that TSM, if they win game 2, it's a 3-0 series.
If you look at
Everybody,
game three, that shit should have wrapped up 4 o'clock in the day.
it's a 3-0 series, hands down. Like everybody is saying that. Like if they don't do what they did in game 2, so they did fine. They got a good support who look where Suning didn't even make it past the first round in LPL. They're
Actually,
real.
mostly in the LPL, they've been dog shit all year without Sword Art. They were like 8th to 12th place last split. This split, they didn't even make playoffs, right?
Yeah, right. So like, I get what he's saying, but like,
I get what he's saying, but he's making it sound like
he's building
it's
up a
something way
false
bigger than it
narrative.
has to be. Yeah.
He needs to get hit by a car with what he's taking right now because this is stupid. I wish they put back the dislike button because I'd give him 15 dislikes for the stupidity that he has right there. Like they made changes. Like the problem
Remember,
is
dude,
that
people loved Bjergsen, right? But people always ask, like, hey, can we just try out someone else? They eventually did try out someone else. Bjergsen retired, obviously, but they eventually did try out a new mid laner. And PoE is, I think, still a good player. Like, people can call him a control. Everybody's a control mage player now because that's just been what's the meta for like 5 fucking years, you know? Like, does he struggle on things that aren't control mages? Yes. But so do all the other players in the LCS outside of
I just
maybe Perks and Jensen or Abadage, right?
I just don't agree with this take. It's silly. They changed.
I think Bjergsen needs to move on. He didn't do too good as a coach, even though it's his first year. You just answered your own question. TSM LS. Oh my god.
No, stop. Like, what do you mean he didn't? He went to the semi-final, with his first year and got 2 high place finishes as a rookie.
Yeah, he
coach.
got fourth place this split, and he got third
No,
place last split.
he got first place this split.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, sorry. Regular season, they got third in the spring split, right? They got
Yeah,
third both in playoffs and regular season. Then he got first this regular season, and he finished fourth. Those are some pretty decent results actually for a first time year coach.
yeah, I think that's really good. Now,
TSMLS. Oh my god. Been saying for years, get rid of Parth. What does Parth do? What can Parth do?
that's the one thing person I think you get rid of though. But I don't think Parth has been there so long, and I think it's one of those things where you ever have a friend that you really like, but you
Mhm.
don't want to let them go because you would feel bad, and that's what I feel the relationship between. But I think Parth is management, so I don't think you get rid of him.
Yeah, Curry, Bjergsen, and Kays are their head coach and analysts, right?
Right.
What does he even do anymore? Bjerg and Curry are at least newish, so that's something. Then there's another guy who looks like Parth, but isn't Parth. I don't know who that is either. He's supposedly the GM, but looks like he does a good job at it. Gave up give up treats last year. Be Broken Blade gone. Bjergsen retires. No one promising and new except take over in TSM Academy. Just a failure as a GM. Ah, gotcha. So basically, roster moves are his decision to make. Then he messed
Okay.
up pretty bad last offseason, that's for sure. I mean,
Wait.
this is a lot of straw mans right here.
This is the dumbest thing. Okay, first off, um, I don't know if they would do better with treats. Probably, maybe, but okay. Broken Blade was there for 2 years. That's
He
pretty
won him a
good,
trophy. I hear
and he
that's
won
pretty
them,
good.
and they just wanted a change. That's reasonable. Bjergsen was tired. He played for almost 8 years. What do you expect? Like after a while, just like football players that retire early now, if you don't have the love for the game, it's time to quit. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Sometimes I don't. This is why North Americans and the United States is stupid because we have people like this. This ape
Like,
needs a banana and shut up. Like I've never seen such stupidity in my life. So.
if anything, you changed the GM since they just got a new coaching staff set up for this year.
Some of the comments are pretty good. Uh,
Pearson did great for her first year. Top four is solid. Yeah, like just because people are so what's that word? It's like what we talk about, on my main channel with movies and shit like that. You know how people on the main channel will be like, oh my god, if this movie's not great or amazing, then it's trash. It's like, I mean, for his first year, top four, summer split, first place regular season, that's solid, right?
yeah,
And then in the spring split, he got third place twice, regular season and
and
like playoffs.
and none of the players said anything bad about him.
Well, I mean, they're not, but it's
I
like,
mean, they've been pretty honest. I mean, I've been.
we got a TSM Legend episode. They're pretty honest, like, hey man, this draft is fucking garbage, But dude, I don't know what. There'll be plenty of time to talk about, TSM during the off season. I just think that when it comes to TSM, they're so close, honestly. Like, I just really didn't agree with a lot of the criticisms people gave them, though. Like, were people scared about going up against TSM? I mean, not really, but everyone in the LCS looked really competitive this year.
Right now, if TSM played against 100 Thieves, they make world. I feel it. I can't tell you how.
My gut.
I feel it in my gut. Like, look how they played against Cloud9. Like, I really feel like they would have done well. And I think 100 Thieves is going to start off in the play-ins because I think Cloud9 just leveled up after, like, you can't tell me as a C9 fan that you didn't level up after watching that game. Like, they got pushed to 5 games.
It's crazy, though. They 3-0'd EG, who took 100 Thieves to 5 games, right?
That's
and
what I'm saying. Think
they
about that.
3-0 Golden Guardians. TSM gave them almost a run for their money, and they should have lost that series, though. That's a series where you go like, whew, got away with murder right there. Cloud9 performed a heist on that shit. That's just a C9 heist right there.
You really think EG, who has a rookie ADC, if they actually gave them a proper champion, would have won? You really think TSM would lose to 100 Thieves and EG almost beat them? Come on, man. Think about that right
now. You want to go to hell tonight before I go over the best of fives? Let's go over the TSM subreddit. You wanna actually get cancer, guys?
I
Let's
don't
go over
read
the
that.
TSM
I don't
sub.
read Reddit. Reddit's for trolls and troglodytes.
Let's go over the pure fucking cancer that is known as the TSM subreddit. I've been here in like 3 years actually since I fucking roasted someone on here and they just couldn't handle it. Okay, so this person wrote, with our year finish, we can talk about what the I'm sorry, I'm looking at two different screens. I'm sorry about that. With our year finish, we can talk about our feedback and vent some possibilities to the future because it's fun and because it's what's left to do. We always had a massive player in mid lane position. It's almost part of our tradition. TSM used to send for team solo mid, not team solo mages. While PoE was very good, he is not the star mid laner for TSM, mainly because of the style and versatility. Parting ways will benefit both. I just disagree with that on like the fattest possibilities. TSM had big shoes to fill in Bjergsen and Doublelift and failed to do it. We are still the most successful org in NA in terms of trophies, value, and social media by a large margin. Hopefully, they will use the FTX money to get a really good domestic ADC and a star mid laner. Signing Knight will be a unique opportunity with a Mandarin
Oh,
speaking team. And Chovy already wants to bank out in West. If TSM learn
oh,
their lesson, they will invest and compete for those opportunities. Don't waste Spica and sort our talent. We already have, it's not has, we already has the domestic top laner, judging by Alfari words. Do your homework in ADC and mid roles, and it will improve these positions and boost the other ones, especially support and jungle. So, what do you think about that? What do you think about this thread?
this guy's a moron. Whoever wrote this. First off, let's break this down. Um, you're replacing PoE. Every time he's gone to Worlds, has gone up against world class mid laners. Even though it's been twice, he went up against Faker, did fine. Went up against Knight, did fine. He went up against that group that he was in was not easy. They were literally 0-3 and they end up going 3-3. Now they didn't make it out, but that's pretty good considering the group they got. And he played pretty well. Even the analysts like his numbers were good. He's a good middle laner, and I that's just a bad take. Um, they were limited at who they could get due to also importing and slots and everything.
Mhm.
I highly disagree with getting a Asian star. For several reasons. Language barriers, hard to communicate. It's going to be hard to communicate in the game. You're going to need a translator.
Talking like culture shock. If they come over
Oh,
here and they
culture.
don't like it, they're gonna
Yeah,
fucking perform bad.
yeah, that's going to be wasted money. We're going to
Mhm.
have another like I
Another
think
Mickey situation,
I think
right?
you go to the Turkish league, you can pick up a good Turkish player. I mean, believe it or not, Bwipo and Caps came from the Turkish league. Um, People don't remember that. Actually, Bwipo played in the CIS and then the Turkish
Mhm.
league. Turkish,
Xerxes playing the Turkish league too.
look at Armut. Armut's been so. I think you look at Turkey. Might do
Mhm.
there might be some good players. I think you look at maybe a Western like EU, some EU West, and then you just go from there. And then maybe look at Danny. I mean, I know he likes EG. I don't. I think if you can't get upset, you go for Danny. I know you like EG. Maybe he's staying there, but I
Because
think
of the first org that gave him a chance, you know.
right. But I think TSM Danny, even he knows would sound better than TSM EG. I mean EG Danny. And some of these comments are quite funny that I'm reading. You realize that TSM owned the head-to-head to 100 Thieves in the regular season, right? Lou. I just want to point that out. And the head-to-head, they beat them. And again, ask yourself the question: EG, which
Mhm.
is a good team, literally took 100 Thieves to a best of 5. You really think that TSM wouldn't have mopped the floor? Like, let's go down the list. Huni is better than Someday. Someday has performed like a dog, hands down. Probably even Abadage edges out on like certain picks in the mid lane. Spica matches up with Closer. Now the bot lane is where it's suspect. FBI is better than Loss, but Sword Art is better than He. So it's a real toss up. I don't see that, so I stand by it, and
That's my
uh,
story, and I'm sticking to it.
I'm sticking to it. Going down, I'm not somebody like I can't like some of these comments. TL could beat Fnatic and Rogue. I'm not gonna make that comment because I don't know, and every
But
time
that's
I've
just a
done that,
hypothetical,
like I'm not gonna say you're wrong or right. It's just I'm gonna
I
wait
think
till
TL. I mean, let's be honest. Here, TL could compete with them. Could they beat them?
I
I
don't
have to see
know.
at Worlds, dude. I have to see at Worlds if they ever are in like the same group and they go against each other. Because like the meta is going to change going into Worlds. Meta's always changed from your domestic championship or around that period point in time before a international event before you know going to the next phase. It's always like meta changes for the playoffs. You have a regular season meta. Then you have a different meta for like
I can
international events.
I can explain why TSM got crushed by they had one, they didn't know how to play the opposite side of the map better. Two, they clearly did not have good red side drafts counters. If you look at the drafts, the red side drafts were horrible, just horrible. Game two, it should have been 2-2 or 1 TSM if Lost didn't decide to play Jumanji and go near a bush. But that I digress on that. So I don't see that. I think that they just wasn't prepared. I mean, Hooney said it him, not Hooney. Alfari said it himself. He thinks that Hooney was the best person he's played against. That is a high compliment from the best top laner in the league. That's not me being opinionated. That came out of Alfari's mouth that he thinks he's better. That Hooney's better than Fudge and also than Someday. Like this guy has number one stats, and he proved it. He took his team to Worlds. Credit to him. So I don't think what I'm saying is I'm not saying it's law, but this is coming. And also in the regular season, I just think they didn't prepare. Santorin's a different beast from Armeo as well. Like I think maybe again, I don't want to say use an exclusive draft, but I think there's better picks. Like the problem is like I really think if it was Broken Blade, you would have seen like Jax. But like we didn't
Because Broken Blade is willing to play champions like that.
just like
Broken
just
Blade is
like
a player that will take as many risks as Hooney, but I think he's just a better player. Would you agree with
hey,
that?
yeah. Hey, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Just like how Fnatic Adam was like, yeah, I'll play Darius. When someone feels like they can play a champion in a specific moment and pull it out, you need that. Like, no, he wasn't smoking. He's been asked that question several times. Sean, don't come up with that one. Don't because they ended up first in the season. It came out of his mouth. He mentioned
I
it
mean,
on.
Alfari would trash talk you
Yeah,
if he
and
wanted to.
Alfari would have trash talked him because look at the trash talk Alfari did on
Don't fudge after he beat him. Oh my
and
god.
Jad. So like he's not afraid to open up his mouth. So I'm gonna go like a no for that one.
Let's go
Nah,
down
man.
some of these comments. Keep
Yeah,
Hooney, Spica, and Sword Art for sure. I think we have to replace Lost. When he got ahead with 2 kills in the first 15 minutes, I had zero faith that he would carry with that. And lo and behold, nothing happened. Not all his fault. The top side of the team kind of trolled. PoE, I'm leaning towards replace with a superstar import, but I'm not against keeping him if it comes down to it. But like, okay, we have to talk about this because this is what people don't understand about off seasons though. Who or even an NA, who are you going to get, right? Let's say if players are available, right? Who do you get as a superstar that makes sense for TSM? Because remember, when you're building a roster, you have to bring up a player that makes sense for your team style, and he has to be better immediately than the player you're replacing, though. So even in NA, who's immediately better than him outside of like Abadage, Jensen, and potentially Perks if he's playing at his peak level, you know? And if you can't get any of those players, it doesn't matter, you know?
yeah. You're not gonna get a good mid laner.
I just don't know who they're getting actually. Like, who are you really getting? You know what
Oh,
I mean?
they're making changes.
Oh, they're
I
making
think
changes,
I
but
think
it's like
Lost is probably gonna drop back down to Academy.
you
Um,
know they're gonna promote Cody's son. We know they're gonna promote that guy. It's at least if not save money, but they don't need to save money with this offseason. They have a ton of money. Reginald tweeted after the loss of Cloud9. Well played, Cloud9. Damn, we got out drafted. Whoo, damn, Beerson would just love to see that. His owners is saying they got out drafted. They got out drafted so hard in game 5. This guy says, "What can we do when players like Loss don't practice the champs? The coach tells them POE champ pool is also trash." Good
He's an
God.
idiot.
Good God, Warren, be nice.
No, I said he's an
How are
idiot.
how are you supposed to draft when your top loses every trade and your mid plays 2 champs and your
Did he
ADC?
watch this? Whoa! This guy. He can't even spell damage. Like this guy belongs in kindergarten. Like what did he do?
Hootie played great in the best of 5. He actually played great.
Can't even
The only,
spell.
the only game Hootie got gapped in was in game 5. That was it. When he
Please,
played
like,
amazing on Camille.
I don't want to pay attention. First of all, he needs to go back to pre-K because he can't even spell. Well, first off, this is an idiot. Second of all, they literally sent 4 people and like did Dyrus Simulator to Hooney. Like, did no one not watch these games or like what are these clowns? Like, this is like Ringling Barnum Bailey Circus. Like, what are we doing?
Oh my God, did he actually watch Hooney play? Guys, I know you guys don't like TSM that much, but you have to give credit where credit is due. Hooney did play well. He played every game great up until game 5 when he picked Nocturne. He played every game great to me, unless I'm crazy.
I think you get Johnson. Not Johnson. I think you get Danny over Johnson. Danny showed that he's not for Johnson. Showed that he was carried by Afromove.
Good God. You do pay attention to damage charts most games and see that he is always top damage per second for the team, right? Legit, one of the last games, even from behind, was only 2k damage behind Sven. That's a lot of damage to be behind. I'm just saying, but Nocturne top was laughably foolish, but you all tried your best. I'm salty and I don't trust myself to weigh in fair opinion, but there is a lot of work to do before next year. Not even a question. Is there a lot of work to do? That's a fair take.
That's a fair take. I mean, yeah, like I would love to see them boot camp, like,
toss $6 million just to finish 4th. Must feel bad. Toss $6 million.
Let's see. Wait, how much words did he put? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 words for this idiot to post. Got it. This is a clown. Okay. 10 words to sound like a fool.
6 million.
10 words to sound like a fool. Next. Like, I don't like.
I'm sure Reggie will wipe away those tears with hundreds of millions FCX threw at him. Yeah, 6 million's nothing for how much money they actually have. Not only outdrafted, you pick up old players with the same old habits and expect to have different results. They will continue to choke. Not learning from history will leave you doomed to repeat it.
Okay, first off, Hooney had the best Jace and NA. Hooney played. Do you realize they always banned out Renekton and Jace because they couldn't beat Hooney on it? Like, he played really well. He was probably comeback most improved player of the year. Like, these are just like, okay, it sucks to lose. Do I want TSM at Worlds? Of course, but I'm not gonna bash the players. Like, he played good. It was draft issues here and there. There's player mistakes. There's a whole slew of things. Like, I think these are like salty Sallies that have nothing better to say right now.
I've heard this take too. Bring back Bjergsen and Doublelift. They're not coming back, guys. They retired. Doublelift and Bjergsen have played League pretty much since it fucking came out, and have been playing competitively for like almost 8 years. They're not coming back.
With this, is this a woman? Because this is
fix your team. Move Bjergsen back to mid. Pay whatever money you have to bring Doublelift back.
She should be. I don't know.
Still 0-6 now.
First of all, why would you want to do that? Like, that's like asking Fnatic to bring back SOAS and Expeke. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Oh God! Hey, Febvin, come back out of retirement for us.
Yeah,
no one would do that.
Yeah, Febvin, Yellow Star. Like, what? Like,
yeah, draft gap. Totally not the 2 games with the insane draft leads. Elder Baron that were thrown. Dumb take. Fucking delusional to blame draft after those clown games. Bro, the TSM fans are ruthless. Holy fuck, dude. Oh my God. You need a full year boot camp in Korea and China starting tomorrow. There's no reason y'all were close to smurfing in the regular season just to be outclassed and outdrafted. Come on, Reginald. I want to see you guys get to Worlds again. That's the whole purpose of TSM to begin with.
That's a fair take.
Massive coach diff. Oh,
no,
God.
It wasn't a coach diff. They had Rainover and Missy. Like,
Missy's been doing some dog shit drafts lately. I don't want to hear that shit. Oh god. Why pick Rise when both teams are heavy skirmish? That was a draft throw if I've ever seen one. Yeah,
Why is
game
this
5
guy
was a
typing when he shouldn't? He should stop breathing. Like, I don't know.
whoever drafted Nocturne picked Rise first, not picking Leona, even though Sword Art is his best champ, needs to be held accountable. And do what? And do what? Held accountable for what? What would you do?
Are they gonna? I don't know. Talk, throw words, say something.
Suck
Haha.
Pearson's dick off or some shit? I don't fucking know. Well, technically, you guys didn't get outdrafted. You guys just picked a very bad draft for Game 5. Why would you pick something new for Game 5 and risk it? That's a fair take, I guess.
They went with comfort. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, Huni was good on Nocturne. That was one of the champions people memed him on.
The whole point of Nocturne is to get ahead. That's why.
They had an all-in composition with Rel and Nocturne. It made sense, from my point of view. I hope you're not throwing your most popular player and rookie of the year coach under the bus. Maybe you got outdrafted by Jack during the offseason. Gosh. My goodness. That's pretty much it. Let's be honest, Drashin. This guy's I don't just love Reginald, dude. This guy is hilarious. Oh my god. But yes, guys, time to go over the actual best of fives. So let's do it like this today. We'll go over them really quickly. But yeah, dude. Oh god. Just the TSM fans are ruthless. I mean, every huge fan base, Cloud9, G2, Team Liquid, Fnatic, 100 Thieves, all those fan bases are going to be, pretty fucking brutal when their big orgs don't make Worlds, And TSM paid a lot of money for their roster, so you would assume they go to Worlds. So, and didn't people have early expectations that it would be a Cloud9, 100 Thieves, and TL to be going to Worlds? You know?
They did not have TSM.
TSM was your odd pick to get in there. If 100 Thieves didn't get Abadage, TSM probably make Worlds. Let's be honest here. Let's be completely honest here. TSM make Worlds if 100 Thieves don't get Abadage. Abadage was the X factor. That's the reason why 100 Thieves made it, into Worlds contention. Because keeping Ryoma definitely would not have worked out.
Of course. Of course. That would have worked.
Huh. Oh my god. All right. TL 100 Thieves. Oh, we got some banger games, guys. There are some bangers over here. Do we want to cover TSM versus IMT? I'm really not trying to cover that. Because that was just
no.
If you
shut his mouth. That's it.
No one here thought that TSM would have lost, except for Warren picked Immortals. You picked Immortals. I was like, there's no way TSM's losing to this team.
I picked Immortals just because I was like, oh my god. But when I woke up, I was like, oh, 3-1. Okay, go back to sleep.
All right. no, but best of 5 here. Oh my god. It's Reginald's fault for claiming that anything under quarters at Worlds is a failure. Yes, but we also have to be realistic too. Worlds is very, very hard. I'm just fucking kidding with you guys. You should just, I don't know, man. I think people take things a little too literally when it comes to that kind of thing. Of course, he's he's the owner. He's going to hype them up. He's not going to be like, oh my God, I can't just wait to get 10th place at the LCS. These are things we have to consider. But, all right, so the only best of 5 we're not going over is TSM versus IMT because there's nothing there to really watch. There's Cloud9 versus Evil Geniuses. What did you think about this best of 5? Dude.
I was surprised that this was a 3-0.
I was surprised too. The Aphelios game that Sven had, I was thinking on game 3, was actually pretty impressive. Sven and Vulcan still have issues. They got solo killed by Lost and Sword Art in game 5 with that Callista double kill as well. But I mean, do you think EG was as good as everyone made it out to be, or did they just kind of do good at a certain moment in time where they just came online? This depends, right? But
I think they came online and they just need more time to gel. But I think honestly, I think if they pick up Nemesis and if they threw money at Caps, they would be a better team.
I think if EG want to do well for next season, because there's some potential rebuilding that they're gonna have to do. Because not even just out of this best of 5, I was surprised it was a 3-0. I mean, EG definitely made Cloud9 work for it in all 3 games. I don't know what all that was for. He was throwing his ult into fucking Narnia or some shit, but it was nice to see Cloud9 play up to somewhat standard that we are normally accustomed to. There was the game where, Fudge was on Jace. They had the massive turnaround near the mid lane right there. As you guys saw, I think it's somewhere down here when he's playing Aphelios, actually. When Cloud9 picked LeBlanc for perks was pretty good. What's the game he was playing? Game he was playing Aphelios actually. Oh my god, not the default mode. What the fuck? Exit full screen, theater mode, default view. Right here. There we go.
Lou, I think we mentioned it earlier. I believe Spencer is gonna probably be on another team. He's not the type of player to be benched and role swapping.
So this was the game. I think it was the mid fight right about. I think it was no. It's right down here somewhere where they have a really good mid fight, and it pretty much solidifies their way back into the game, which we'll talk about. I think it was this part. So, as for EG's off season, right? So EG is done. We won't be seeing them until 2022. I think they'll just make contracts. They're starting LCS jungler because we know Sven Skaren doesn't like the whole 6-man roster thing. Let's be honest here. He's done. I think they're going to keep Impact. Impact was really amazing for Evil Geniuses this split, this regular season, this playoffs. He's been just an amazing top laner. He's going to retire. Nah, man, you're tripping.
He's 26, dude. I'm not trying to be rude.
Yeah, like his hands are going to fall off.
He's been playing a long time. Like I'm not trying to be disrespectful like he's a bad player, but I wouldn't be surprised if he
had a not good spring split under for the next season. Like, I mean, or if he retired, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he retired either.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he retired. Like, I'm not saying that as a disrespect. Like, I don't think he played bad. He was consistent, right? I'm just saying that don't be surprised if, like, when Bjergsen retired, it caught everybody at surprise. Like, don't be surprised if he would retire. That's what I'm saying. That
he's well then more successful in his career. Like, he doesn't have anything to be ashamed of. He played so great in his career at moments where you never even thought of. All right, so EG is done. Anything else you want to say about EG before we move on to the next best of 5? For me personally, dude, I think you keep Ignar. I think you keep Danny. I think they'll just run with contracts for their LCS jungler in 2022. I think they're going to keep Impact. I don't think Jizuke's staying there, actually. I think they're going to get a new mid laner because as good as Jizuke did play for them, they need a consistent mid laner. I don't know who you get, but they need, dude. Nemesis doesn't want to return back for pro play, dude. Come on. You think he's gonna like sacrifice dating hot Korean chicks to come to play our great NALCS? Are you serious?
I mean, the money calling. Like, look at Crown Shot. He was streaming and then he got back on Vitality, right? And he got back to the playoffs. Like, it's not out the realm of possibility.
Hey man, 200 years wins every game. That's how it goes. All right, Cloud9 defeated Evil Geniuses. This was a banger series right here. 100 throws. That's what I like to call this shit. I predicted 100 Thieves to win this fucking best of 5. And they were so close to winning it, you know? But you know, 100 Thieves turns out to be a fucking, I don't know, 100 throws, 100 ints.
Yeah,
you know?
Like think about this, Zilak. Your team lost to TO. They lost. They got dumpstered.
They threw these games. They threw these. There were some games here. They threw. Game 5. What is that draft? Fuck this half the series. It was good. Game 5. Let's look at this shit. They drafted a no damage composition. Look at this. For game 5, this is game 5 right here. No.
I mean, no. I mean, no. What are you talking about? Ori scales, Tristana scales. This is
it's game 5. It was game 5 actually. Yeah, it's right here. This is a no damage comp right here. Orin, Olaf, TF, Kalista, Iona.
Okay,
that is just dog shit.
Here's the problem with this draft. You already have.
Hey man, did I not call this earlier? Reaper having bad game 5 drafts. Remember.
Okay, here's the problem right now is from jungle to bot. Like, why not put Jinx there or Zaya? Why not put Victor? And then the thing is the thing about. Or like, I don't even know if Rise was available. If you put Rise here, this comp is not that bad. Actually, if you put Victor here, this comp is not that bad.
You put Victor, Rise, Jinx, Ziggs.
Yeah, if you put Ziggs and maybe like Tristana mid, like that's the problem right here because Olaf could get these lanes ahead, and then you got reliable engage. So I don't mind the draft. It's just something you need to have. Like, I think the mid.
Dude, this draft is terrible. There's no damage here, man. There's nothing. There's no DPS here.
This is not a 5v5. I mean, they win the 5v5, but
This is more of a side lane composition. TF side lane, Olaf running in with Callista, Leona. You know, like who he was trying. You know, who he was definitely trying this game. He played great in this best of 5. And like I predicted 100 Thieves because I genuinely thought they could win. And I was really close. Like they
fuck
definitely
them.
showed they should have won.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fuck them, Zilak. Fuck, you know. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm happy for.
I'm happy your team gets to return to Worlds after 2018, and I don't even count their Worlds of 2018. That shit was just terrible. Holy fuck.
It's nice to see. I wanted to see FBI at Worlds, and I think he's gonna show why he's good. I think Abadage is gonna do well. I think Closer is a great jungler. It's nice to see that him finally make. Like I can honestly say I'm genuinely happy that 100 Thieves made it. I'm not like salty about that, like because they have good players and I think they could do some. But we'll do Worlds analysis later.
I mean, FBI was willing to pull out the vein, so I'm not really too sure why they threw in Callista with Leona. I mean, Callista Leona is a good bot lane, right? But the issue here, I saw with the 100 Thieves, the reason why I picked them, because I generally thought they played really well in their EG series. If they just clean up a lot of a few mistakes when they're winning games, like a lot of these games against TL they were winning, they threw them. Like game 5 was a gap.
I just don't think you give Alfari GP.
Giving Alfari Jace or GP is probably not something you want to do. I hear he's pretty good top laner, actually. You know, I hear that. I mean, what would I know, right? But what do you think about the series between Team Liquid and 100 Thieves? Because I generally thought they had a good shot at winning this. So no one can tell me after watching this TL that, like, no one can tell me I hate you so much. Look how great they're playing the team fights. Like, dude, no one could tell me that they didn't have a shot at winning against TL. You'd be crazy, you know? I just think their drafts suffered. I mean, and maybe that's because of Reaper and Freeze, because we know Reaper had like issues with drafting, and especially drafting in big best of 5 series, right? Very important best of 5s. That's what I brought up earlier in my prediction last week, you know? Like right there, they should have never gotten out team fight, but you know, shit happens, right?
I mean, the thing is we're seeing what a good veteran team is. Like, look at down this list. Tactical is not a rookie anymore. He has Jensen, he has Centauran, Alfari, Quarter J. They know how to approach these late game. This is why I think that I don't mind TL making it. I mean, imagine that Santorin used to be on fucking TSM and look how he turned his career around.
He was on FlyQuest last year, practically running it down on every best of 5.
But I mean, he was on FlyQuest for a hot minute before he like really got like some recognition, right? And
yeah,
he did well at Worlds too. But like, I think, you know, it's a bit like this could be one of those things where if 100 Thieves,
I think 100 Thieves have a shot at making finals this year. Oh, sorry, the split, right? If they make finals, they can get their revenge against Team Liquid. Because you can't tell me after watching this best of 5 they can't beat Team Liquid. It was their own fault. They actually lost a lot of these games. Some of these games they have a huge early game lead in. Like, it's mostly due to the fact that, you know, TL is a really good team. They can play from deficits. There was the EG game where Danny had that really amazing Tristana play. They weren't even losing it, and they still managed to, you know, actually throw the game. If you guys go back and watch the EG game where Danny does that amazing Tristana play, 100 Thieves is still not losing that game. Their mentality kicks in and it just crumbles in that game. But then they bounce back in game 5. And you just had and they don't have a bad 2v2. They have a really good, solid team. I just think they need to just clean it up for some of their macro decisions, and they can honestly win the title. I wouldn't be surprised if they, you know, walk away with the trophy after this past weekend, actually. You know, anything else you want to say about this best of 5 before we get to TSM not making worlds? Because guys in the chat, put a hashtag TSM's not making worlds. Hashtag fuck TSM. Warren had to mute himself because he realized he was going to get embarrassed. Oh my god, because this team is trash. Oh my god, Alfari is just a monster. If whatever the series proves, Alfari is a monster, actually. But yeah, I really hope 100 Thieves does well this past weekend. I don't think they'll beat Cloud9, but
100 you know, trash against Cloud9.
100 L's, 100 ints.
Like, this is I don't even care who. I'm not watching that game. Well, I guess I have to watch because I have to talk about it.
You have nothing better going in your fucking life. You're gonna watch that fucking game, you piece of shit.
Listen, you ever heard this saying? Poon before Tune.
Women are disgusting. You don't go after women because women are disgusting. You know.
What's my dream draft, or you mean dream team? Oh, dream roster. Oh, I like I said. No, you're fine. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't trying to be funny. I think they should go for upset, and I think probably um, I don't know what their import slots are. Um, honestly, I would pick up. I would not be surprised if they maybe stick with a like if they got back Broken Blade, because we've seen people come back to teams. I wouldn't be
Mhm.
surprised if they pick back up Broken Blade, or they pick back up, or they pick up like an EU top, like maybe like a Gen X, because Gen X
What if
has
they go for a player like Patrick too? I don't think Patrick is a bad ADC at all. I think he'd be a pretty big upgrade over Lost.
like I think Gen X is a good top laner. You would, I mean, you go from SK Gaming to TSM. And he played pretty good. He played a diverse champion pool and
Mhm.
everything. So like, there's options out there. So I would say maybe like, because you're not gonna get one. I don't think Wonder wants to come here. To be quite honest, I think he's an EU lover at heart. I don't
He would
want.
only come here if he plays on a top tier team. That'd be either TSM, Cloud9, or fucking Team Liquid. If he
I
can't get
don't
on one
want.
of those, or maybe now 100 Thieves, he would be coming on over here. I just don't see it
Oh,
personally.
so it's probably going to be Danny. I would give Niles a chance because he actually, I think under the right organization, he can play really good. He showed that he's not afraid, and he boot camped with them before, so I can see Niles taking that slot. But that's who I got. Like I'd have to get back at you next time you're here to give you a better. I'd really have to see like give it a real analysis of.
I get a hashtag TSM not going to Worlds in the chat because Warren just loves Cloud9. All right, so
Fuck you.
the banger best of five between Cloud9 and TSM, one of the longest standing rivalries in the history of League of Legends, outside of Fnatic versus G2, SKT or T1 versus KT Rolster, and then you have the various rivalries in the LPL like EDG versus RNG, FPX versus IG. Whew, the LPL's got a lot of rivalries. Holy shit! But this is one of the biggest ones in the West. Cloud9 versus Team Liquid. Sorry, for TSM for a spot at the 2021 World Championship. Last year, TSM knocked out Cloud9 after going to their first World Championship ever since their inception of their org, and now it's Cloud9's turn to stop TSM from going this year.
Let's. I wanna point out something. Before this game, Sword Art didn't play any Pantheon this entire split, and he's only played it twice in his career. Think about that. Like this guy pulls out the because Lee Sin was really good. This comp they did really well. Again, I think that uh when I saw this game, I was like, okay, this should be a 3-0. They just got 4 kills in 5 minutes and like 2 minutes. Like, all right, but I was shocked.
Warren thought he was going on vacation to fucking California or some shit.
I was like gonna be happy to wear my jersey on stream. You guys would have finally seen me, but that's not happening. So
we gotta wait till next year when TSM win the split, right?
I think I'll have a better setup. I'm thinking about getting a green screen, but um yeah, I thought this draft is all about TSM. You have PoE on a mage, you have a winning bot lane, you have a winning top, you have Speak on a jungler that he's pretty well known. This is comfort all around. Um Part of me wishes that they prioritize the Syndra for PoE in the red side, but I think it got banned. But yeah, this game one was great. I can't really complain. Like there's not much.
You know, it's crazy how people claim Sword Art was a Leona one trick. And he just pulls out Pantheon. He just pulled it out and they just carried it. He just straight up carried this game. It's crazy how people just rag on Sword Art so much. And Hill is saying play as crazy as he does, but you know, Hill saying's a genius when he does things. I'm just saying it's always a double standard when it comes to this shit. But TSM stomped Cloud9 in this first game. It was like not even close. Like, oh my god, they just got absolutely destroyed. This is where I was going like, okay, this is probably gonna be a 3-0. But then we have the game two. So let's go over the game two. What's the part of it? It was the Baron throw, right? It was right here, I'm pretty sure.
No, that's right here. I was like, oh.
Okay, so let's start it from back here. All right.
Is somebody beating their dog?
Dog is being retarded. I'm gonna knock that bitch out. I went to go chase a wild bitch. Good God. I don't know. She's just a crackhead. Oh my God. Okay, so let's go over the Baron throw. Okay, so we have to slow this down actually. Let's slow this down. What happened here with TSM, where their brains pretty much collapsed on all cylinders, right? So Warren, you want to do this amazing play-by-play of how much TSM is trash and throw
All
the
right.
game?
So here's the problem right here. As the fight goes on, look at the problem. Let's pause it right there. Look at the situation you have. You have Lost is at 75%, Sword Art's at almost 60, and Speakers at 50. Only one that's really at full health is PoE. So already you should just pull off the Baron, reset, and then if you have to, just you know continue. So now play it now. Okay, so uh as I said, look what happens there. They get the engage. Um, Sword Art is low because he was one of the lowest, and now
Power of
that
Eagle
is
threw his ult into Narnia or some shit on where he's shockwaving the air. Dude straight up
Power,
shockwave the air.
Power View got nobody. Now this fight didn't turn out too bad. I think they were able to get a kill at some point. Um, I think they got a kill right here, I believe, on somebody. Oh, and the pathing was what the problem is. So Spica should have stayed with Lost and Huni, and he would have been fine. But that was the problem right there. And then stopwatch is a thing in League of Legends, which I absolutely hate that item. Um, and that was the problem. They didn't stay. If they stay together, it's just it's they only lose one, and they could come back, and then they try to salvage it because the thing is that the Ezreal Rise is gonna outscale, so they have to play desperate now because Varus can only do so much. Varus is still gonna hurt, but Ezreal's gonna like constant poke, and it's a bit longer, and so they had to play desperate from this situation. Now, was there a chance for them to win? Yes, because there was a point where I think uh the Elder fight was played really bad here. So now we have them. You have two of them going over, which I think they should have waited a little bit earlier, later, because look at the positioning. Like Poe needed to throw his ult into the pit. Like, but I get what he was doing. He was trying to get
He was playing
her.
really safe right there. He could have got a lot of damage off with this. It commanded,
Like,
wasn't it auto attack command dissonance,
yeah,
right?
if he got his ult dissonance in there, I think they peel off. TSM wins the fight. But I mean, Sword Art was able to make the hero, not Sword Art. Lost was able to make the hero play here, and got and I thought, okay, this game's still. I'm like, all right, nice move. Okay, like you see it right here. The Lost does like a flash on them and gets two, and then Fudge has to go away. Um, well, yeah, not here, but it was earlier. Um, but they played the macro pretty bad. They should have sent somebody like earlier. Here, and I think the game was winnable. I don't really think it was that bad. Like people rag on them, but they played pretty well considering everything. It's just the problem is when they had that open inhib, they even kill perks here. I believe, yeah, like Pantheon gets flash, they get the kill, and it's like okay, they got an inhib, but they can still win the game. It's the last fight that would just like you have Ocean Soul, just play the games like this was silly. This is when I was like, oh my lord, oh my Lanta. Like I just
Your brain just can't handle the amount of throws TSM was trying to give out.
yeah, like okay, so the game is going good. The problem
They
what
regain
happened
control. They get Baron. Not too
they get
bad.
the problem was in the mid lane, PoE leaves off at some point. After they get this hand in him, I think PoE moves toward mid lane and then he gets killed and then it just spirals down as we saw. I don't understand why didn't it go as a full 4-man. Yeah, POE gets killed at some point by Blabber and Perks, as you saw, because Blabber flashes and kills Sword Art, and they lose 2 right there. So now they're on the retreat. They have to worry about opening him, and then it just falls apart. And then I don't know, like they just play these fights really. They like playing scattered. They're getting the flank from the Rise, who's now outscale, and then Nars building up, and they couldn't burst down the Gnar fast enough. Like, look how long he's like staying up. He should be dead by now. But again, look at the problem. Your carries are on the other side of the wall. You know, like, could you imagine if POE and Lost was there earlier? That's 2 kills, and then it's just they played this Dragon Dance way better. Like, they needed to back already, and they didn't, and it was just this was watching this game was really rough because if they win this game, they win the series, and it's a 3-0. So I don't want to see
Yeah,
it.
because the next game, oh my god, that was a fucking straight up shellacking. Holy shit, this game was bad. Okay, so game 3, I don't even know where you start. Perks messes up. He doesn't ult flash on Aurelia at a certain point, and they literally give up a free die. Fudge baits too hard and then just dies as Gnar. Like, that is, if you know you're trying to bait, why are you playing that close? He has like 20 health. Perks can't obviously kill him because he's level 4 and he doesn't have his ult. They have really good dragon control, but it's at this point in the game where they try to collapse. Sword Art figures out where they are at. They get like what, 1 or 2 kills right here. Oh my god, this game was just, oh my fucking god, it was just hard to watch, dude. They're just getting their asses blown out. This part of the game right here. Okay, so this is where I was like, this game's over. So right here, they're chasing Huni, right? Right here, you ult flash, right there, bam, you go for it. Look how long he waited. Oh my, ult just goes in nowhere. Ult just goes pretty much nowhere.
That's a $4 million investment right there.
That's a $4 million ult right there. PoE can now come up. They're already low. Emperor's Divide. This game's over. Like, they get their asses beat in this game. There's nothing to say there. After this game, I'm thinking to myself, this is going to be a 3-1. There's no way you can play this bad. They messed up everything. Game 4 is when it changes. So game 4, we'll start right here. So what about the draft in game 4? Do you think you like their ults in game 4? This is game 4. Okay, so game 4 they play a little bit better, right? They're actually showing you the Cloud9 from the regular season, spring split, summer split, where they're making these aggressive plays. They're trying to actually move the pace of the game, right?
The problem
Sven
was
missed every single bullet right there, but whatever, you know.
the problem was is if they had Ornn instead of Jace, they lose this game, Cloud9. And why do I say that? Ornn is going to easily take those hits from Sven's ult like it's nothing, like it's paper. That's literally all they needed, was someone to tank up those like Braum was fine. Braum's
And
fine.
Huni didn't really do anything on Jace though, dude. I was watching this game, like, he's not really getting the full advantage of Jace. You know?
Yeah, they needed someone to, and then the long range ult would force also the Jhin from doing what he did. It was just they literally had a long range engage comp, because the moment they layered, they would do Jhin ult followed by GP ult, and they're slowed. They can't do anything, and they have no way of disengaging. It's not like they have Gragas. They don't have Gragas.
What
They
I
don't
also
have
liked,
anything
what I
like
also
that.
liked about Cloud9's composition, the GP ults that Fudge laid down were really good. They had pretty much a nice little great zoning composition with a decent amount of long ranged all in. Syndra, Jhin, GP ultimates were like placed in great ways to displace TSM comp, because TSM comp, if you displace them with GP ult, it works very, very effectively, because they have to always go in. Like, always, Lee Sin and Jace are all in champs. Like, there's no way you don't play those champions by going all in, right? Azir's long range poke, Ashe decently long range. I mean, TSM had a point to come back into this game. There were some fights where TSM were trying to come back in, but this is like games 4 and 5 are the best games Cloud9 played in the series, though, because game 2 was definitely not good. That game was trash. Right here, when they ace them, they obviously go to Baron or Dragon. It was at this point of the game where you realize that Cloud9 were going to win this game. I think they landed Scatter the Weak on Speaker. I think so. Or someone leaps in. Yeah, Blabber got a lot of damage off with his Gore. They couldn't really kill him because he had Gore Drinker and he has Ultimate, obviously. Look how long this guy's living. This game's over right there as they finish up. They had another bad moment in the game where they tried to overforce right here. So right here during the game, they get a nice little pick onto Power of Evil. Power of Evil's sand turret gets a lot of use right here because Cloud9 tried like wrapping around and basically flanking them, which didn't work. And these are moments in the game where you're thinking to yourself like, okay, TSM is not a bad team, but they're just making a lot of incoherent decisions, right? Like why is
they had no tank to peel? Like I think if you have Ornn or Mundo, like Ornn, Mundo, even Malphite would have really done something to stop their would be like an anti disengage. Like they didn't have the side lane control to have the Jace there. I thought this Baron was good that they took, and they just didn't play.
They still showed signs of life in this game, when they were losing it. You know,
right? Like I don't know.
And then you have the all-important Game 5. We got to talk about this draft. So, Warren loves this draft. All right, so here's what I'll say. So, Gwen got nerfed on this patch, right? And if you play the actual VOD, Fudge, this is the best game that Fudge played all series long. He was really giving it to Huni on the Nocturne. He did really great on Gwen. But we got to talk about this draft because holy shit. Blabber was doing it best to run it down as hard as he could for his team and make sure they don't win. Because let's be honest here, guys, Blabber was playing bad.
I don't remember. Was the Tristana banned?
Let's go check right now. We're gonna check right now. Actually, pretty sure it's right here. Let's just play it really quickly. All right, Tristana is open. Actually, TSM banned Thresh, LeBlanc, Twisted Fate, Nautilus, Grank, Plank, Cloud9 banned Orianna, Syndra, Viego, Renekton, Camille.
So literally, all they do here is if you're gonna go, this might sound silly, but like
Nock was picked when C9 already showed Varus, Aurelia, Diana, and Braum. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, they opted into picking the counter pick for Huni. They saved the counter pick for Huni, right?
Okay, so let me tell you I don't know if anybody in chat knows, but here are the counter picks for Gwen. Well, okay.
Snip.
So there's Darius, Renekton, Riven, and guess who that I've been talking about that's a counter pick for many champions?
Jax.
Wow, and guess what? Jax would beat everyone, and he would beat Aurelia in the side lane. He would beat Gwen in the side lane. He could take towers. Like the Jax would have done more in this game than the Nocturne. Again, and then also you put say I know you say no, oh no, the Jax, but let's be like if he goes Jax, he wins that matchup. Jax hard counters Gwen. Like Jax is such a
I just don't get the Nocturne pick. I get it based off their composition. Nocturne go in, Rail go in, Nocturne turn off the lights, Lee Sin goes in, alt kick flat, kick, Sonic Wave, flash kick, Rise stuns.
Yeah, they have a global pick composition. I get the point.
They even won the bot lane and take 8 minutes in. They got 2 kills. I did see what their composition was trying to do. Is this draft bad? Yes, but I did see what they were trying to do. Nocturne turn out the lights, Rail going in, Lee Sin going in, Rise using his W to snare someone. I get it, right? I perfectly get it. Would Nocturne be the best champion for that? Like, could you have not picked someone, a champion like Orin? Could you not pick the champion like, I don't know, Set would have been pretty good for an all-in composition like that.
Set, Orin, Mundo. Oh, no. No, because there's so much true damage. Probably Orin, Sion. Even Sion's good here, actually. Believe it or not.
Sion would have been pretty good if they're trying to go all in with Rel. That's not a bad pick, actually. We saw a few people trying to play it in the other regions, actually.
So I think the problem here is not the Lee Sin, it's not the Rel, it's not the Rise. I think you needed a long range ADC like a Caitlyn or a um, Jinx or a Tristana, and you switch out the um because I believe Renekton also does well into Gwen if you're not gonna pick Jax. I know you guys are like, oh no, not the Jax again, but look it up. Jax hard stomps Camille, which is meta. Hard stomps Jax beats Set. Jax beats Renekton. Jax beats Camille. Jax beats Aurelia. Like I don't know what else I can say about the champion, and he still scales. Like why? Like I don't get why they keep picking like
This was a good realm warp right here from Power Evil. He could have died in that moment, and then they barely got it, and they get a kill. It's like I did see what their composition was trying to do, but I think people are just solely focusing on the Nocturne, right? But if Spica saw that Lost and Sword got 2 kills in the bot lane, why did he not focus his pressure toward bot lane like he did in the other 2 games?
that's my problem. They barely no. This is not a Hooney thing. This is an LCS. LCS did not pick Jax at once. Oh well, I'm gonna rant about the Jax because Jax is so good. Okay, here's why Jax is good. Once the CC once the CC's down, who's gonna stop Jax? Like I really want to know who's gonna like Braum. Like he's gonna shoot through Braum. He's gonna
Mordekaiser.
he actually hard counted. Once he gets 3 items, he kills Mordekaiser. Um, the problem is Lou. If you're not picking Jax, then I'd rather Darius. Darius is better here than Nocturne. Um,
I
Urgot.
think if you're, I think if
Urgot.
you have an all-in composition, I think you just pick either Orin, Darius, Set would have been great. They're trying to run in, and TSM want to start the fights in this game, right? They have Lee Sin, Ryze, and Rill. Okay, they want to start the fights because like Nocturne's not going to be a better side laning than Gwen, right? Diana will destroy Lee Sin later on during the game. Aurelia, if she gets ahead, will destroy Ryze, which we saw that. Kalista is not going to be as effective outside of 20 minutes, like we saw.
If you really want it, and if you want to get off the Jax rant, fair enough. Urgot beats Gwen, hands down. Urgot beats Gwen, and Urgot in a team fight with his ultimate, and he gets a 4-man fear. That's game changing if you do it right. And I'm sure Hooney could play Urgot. Like I just don't know whether they were practiced on the champion, but Gwen has counters. There are a lot of champions right now.
Would Akali work in the top lane still, or no?
Akali would have been fine, but the problem is Akali would have been actually fine because she would have dived, she would have killed Varus.
I don't know what he's doing at that moment in the game where he tried to think he could do more damage than he could have, and then he just ran in and died. Like they were so fucking tilted after throwing that game 2. Well, not game 2. It's just that they could have had a minor chance of winning game 4, but they were just C9's composition came online. Aurelia going in, Varus snares, fucking Braum ultimates, Diana knocking people backwards, Gwen going in, and watch how Fudge plays up against Hooney's Nocturne. He did a really good job. Like he made sure potentially people might have to start banning Gwen because if nobody bans Gwen against him, he's gonna keep picking it and might get a couple of free wins for that.
Nope. That's his nonsense. And Lou, also here's why I'm on my Jax rant. LPL has no fear of playing Jax. You think if they go to Worlds and they see the opportunity to play Jax into Camille, they're gonna say, "Nah, NA, we're gonna play Nocturne. We're gonna play Lee top." Come on, man! Like you gotta start playing these champions now. And the thing is, if you're running 1-3-1, I don't see why not. Unless you can give me a better argument, by all means. But like that's
oh my god, that was epilepsy. Holy shit. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so it's time to make our predictions. Who wins the LCS 2021 summer split?
Don't care.
This guy's just being a hater. All right, who do you think wins out of C9 versus 100 Thieves? We know you hate Cloud9. You're picking 100 Thieves.
Unicorns of Love.
Oh my god. Okay, so I think Cloud9 beat 100 Thieves 3-2.
Pain
then
Gaming
beat Team Liquid 3-2. That's the analysis you'll get.
Pentanat.
I believe in the Cloud9 miracle run, baby. Let's go.
All right. I actually have to give an opinion.
Cloud9 supremacy, baby. Let's fucking go. I think if
Cloud9.
Cloud9 showed their weak early game like they did against TSM, 100 Thieves should 3-0 them, right? Should, right? 100 Thieves has a tendency to throw games. Now, will they throw as hard as TSM did? Who knows, right? I mean, they did throw pretty hard against Team Liquid. So, I mean, if C9 lose to Team Liquid, I'm not really mad about that. I mean, I think 100 Thieves are a good team. But hey, that fan is kicking in. C9
Listen.
beat Team 100 Thieves 3-2, and Cloud9 win the LCS 2021 summer split by beating Team Liquid in the finals 3-2. I believe in the Cloud9 supremacy.
You're an idiot. I see C9 beating 100 Thieves 3-1. And then I see Team Liquid beating Cloud9
Did
3-2.
Team Liquid get their 5th trophy this weekend?
Yeah, they get their 5th. I think Alfari wants the trophy really badly.
Or Cloud9 could get their 5th trophy. That's crazy that they both have their tied in trophies, actually. If Cloud9 win, they'll have their 5th. Team Liquid, they win, they'll have their 5th. 100 Thieves will have their 1st if they actually beat Cloud9 and Team Liquid, though. So either TL or C9 get their 5th trophies, or 100 Thieves gets their 1st trophy. It'd be nice for the storylines. You know, if 100 Thieves get their 1st trophy, there'll be a different org outside of TSM, Cloud9, and TSM, Cloud9, Team Liquid being the ones to always get the trophies. We had CLG in the past, but
Nobody
CLG
cares about 100 trash.
100 Ls.
100 trash. 100 trannies. Like, I don't get
wait, what the fuck? Trying to get us canceled? I'm trying to make it big, baby. But I don't know, man. If 100 Thieves beat Cloud9, I think 100 Thieves in the rematch against Team Liquid will beat Team Liquid. I'll say that.
No, I don't.
They were so close to beating them before. They threw those games hard. Oh, where's TSM?
Oh, they're gonna enjoy the couch because
they're gonna be on their couch watching Cloud9 destroy LP on LCK.
Listen, I'll eat crow this time around. It's fine. I don't mind.
Hey guys, put me a hashtag TSM not going to Worlds in the chat just for Warren. He's our resident TSM around here. But if 100 Thieves defeats Cloud9, I think they can beat Team Liquid this time around because they did play really well against them. It was the macro mistakes were out of this world bad about how they threw those games, 100 throws and shit. But that's pretty much it. I think Team Liquid is a good team, and I see why people believe in them. But I think a lot of what
right,
they
Lou. G2 is not going to Worlds. You're absolutely right. Thank you.
Thank you, Lou. Oh my
Thank you
god.
so much.
But
I appreciate that.
I think a lot of the wins that TL has gotten has been through like Cloud9 and Team Liquid. Sorry, Cloud9 and TSM not really playing good either. Like, how much of it do you want to assess? Like Team Liquid playing good, or is it like Cloud9 TSM just fucking throwing it to the wolves against them? I don't know. But yeah, if Cloud9 beat 100 Thieves, they're going to beat Team Liquid in a rematch. Imagine having a back-to-back finals rematch where Cloud9 stuff Team Liquid into the dirt when they win the fucking trophy this year and have their 5th title. I believe in the Cloud9 supremacy.
Just
but
be happy that you're going back to Worlds, that's all.
But if Cloud9 lose to 100 Thieves, I think 100 Thieves will win their 1st trophy. So that's how I see it personally. What are you guys' predictions in the chat before we close this out? 2018 TL 1st seed, 100 Thieves 2nd seed, C9 3rd seed. Okay. History will repeat itself. I hope not. 100 Thieves 3-0 C9.
No.
I at least want C9 to show up so that we know we aren't sending a slumping C9 to Worlds. I do. That's true too. I hope even if they lose.
I hope they get 0-6 too. That way I can laugh at them as well.
I hope we don't send a bad Cloud9. I hope. 100 Thieves 3-1. C9 winning it. There you go. K4. I won't be mad if 100 Thieves loses it to C9. Just want a good game. Yeah, like we know we're guaranteed some bangers out of these games. We're getting some bangers because 100 Thieves is not an easy team. Neither is Cloud9 after what they showed. Neither is Team Liquid. So we're getting a pretty good finals weekend between the LEC and the LCS. So, Warren, you want to say anything else before we close out of this? Actually,
not LCS related. So I have to check the games tonight. So this is important. If anybody is up, there's an important game between LNG and EDG. If EDG beats LNG, then RNG still makes worlds.
If EDG win, right? Everything hinges on basically EDG winning, right?
Right, and LNG is like the Sony of this year in the playoffs. So this should be a good series. If anyone's up, it's going to be in 3 hours and 40 minutes. It should be a good game. It's been a fun series so far in LPL. I recommend anyone watching it. I know I will be, so I figured I'd mention that. I'm hoping to start a channel soon, focusing only on LPL content. There's not much LPL. North Americans don't cover it, and most people don't cover LPL. So it's something that I'm going to look into starting into next season. So be on the lookout for that. You're muted.
I think there is a lot of people that don't focus on the LPL. Hey man, I've watched the LPL for years, but if I start focusing on that, it doesn't mean no time for any of this shit because that's a lot of games, a lot of teams. I don't know. Are you just focusing on going to be tackling like the top teams, like the top 10, top 8 teams, or that's the ones you like?
It's going to be top teams,
Thank you.
primarily.
TSM is trash.
It's if a top team goes up against a lower seed, I'll cover it still. But I'll cover as many games because
You're covering the Victory 5 games, aren't you?
it's they're ninja in pajamas now.
Oh yeah, NIP got a chance to buy into the LPL.
Yeah.
I like that though, because we know Victory 5 was sure tearing it up in the LPL. You know.
But
Sean says 100 Thieves is like TL last year, great team and best possibly going, but too straightforward to win the LCS title. So C9 will win that, then TL will win the LCS title. Woof. LPL seems like a way more entertaining region. Oh, it definitely is. It definitely is. I watch all besides VCS. Can't find any English streams for it. Barely found some for PSS and LJ. Yeah, dude, I'll watch LCK, LPL, LEC, and LCS, but I can't find any for the other guys, and it's hard to be prepped for that shit.
For PCS, there is a stream actually.
No, there isn't an English stream. There isn't an English stream actually.
There is an English stream for PCS. I will, when I find, I'll go through my list, and if it comes up again, I'm not sure if there's a game because I know that PSG is in the semifinals right now. Yes, it's a day away. It's PSG versus Beyond Gaming. That's a day away. So I will leave the Twitch in the comments so that people can get it.
Dude, look at this. This girl on Twitter, she posted, I need a boyfriend. Tag your single friends. Vulcan liked it. At Sven. Oh my god. Hey, she's looking pretty cute. You know, pretty cute. Damn. Doesn't matter to me.
Oh, I know who she's a porn star.
Good enough for me. Hey man, she know how to throw it back good enough.
Wait, is she a porn star? Yeah, she used to be a porn star. I'm not. Why would I want?
Then, wow.
Why would I want someone that's already been plugged up by at least 50 men? No, thank you.
Good enough for me. I'll be number 51, but I'll be the best 51 she's ever had.
No, thank you. I'm all right. I don't need to watch
let me see if she has a. Let me see if I can contact this lady. Free fan pics only. Free only fans DM me. Continue. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. How would you contact a person like this? All that Instagram, you know I got to be following that shit. Oh, you know, come on, man. This is what I do around here. I just be getting the ladies. Free OnlyFans. Let me see if I can actually DM this person. Subscribe for free. This is for free. It's not gonna bill me. Let me message her off screen really quickly. Let's go right here. Hey, DM me sometime. Squeeze my boobs. That's disgusting. I don't touch ladies.
Hello,
ma'am.
Sean.
May I ask you a question?
I'm
getting this lady on the show.
I watch 1 or 2 games because of Maple, because I used to be a Flash Wolves fan, and Hanabi, but I don't watch PCS that much. I watch all the major. Well, that's a lie. I don't watch LCK anymore because I just think LCK is boring. No offense, it's just boring to watch.
LCK gets kind of boring. If you watch enough LCK for a lot of years, holy
I
motherfucker.
think I watched it because of Papa Smithy and who else they had? I forgot who else. I think it was LS, but now it's just like kind of whack. So it's like I'm good. I'm not gonna watch that. No, thank you.
Yeah, the new guy, he's okay, but he doesn't really like, I don't know, excite me too much.
Wolf casted in Heroes of the Storm and in Overwatch. I don't like that guy. Don't care. He's a nice guy, but I just don't like how he casts. It's very monotone. It's like he's in the military or something. Like, calm down, dude. This is esports. This isn't Call of Duty or a simulation of Afghanistan war. Like, calm it down. But that's how I feel. But yeah, check out that game tonight, LNG versus EDG. It's a very important game. Give your energy for EDG because I want RNG at Worlds. So,
Oh my god, I was just worrying about messaging this OnlyFans chick. But yeah, I'm going to hell, guys. Holy shit. There's some nice work here. You know? I tried to message her on her free OnlyFans account. Do you think she would reply to me if I message her here?
She's not even that good looking though.
You know, dude. I respect it. I guess. What? That's looking pretty slow. What the fuck? That's blank images.
Okay.
It's on my internet. Look, these are looking pretty good. I mean, she needs a boyfriend. I mean, hey, I mean, you know, I don't really date too much, but hey, you want to have some fun? You just hit me up, you know.
I mean, she's okay looking, but I could find a better girl around my neighborhood.
Sure, Warren. Oh my God, please. What the heck?
Like, she looks good, but I think you can find better. No offense.
Of course you can. Of course you can. But there's better is subjective at the end of the day, too, buddy.
Why are we doing this?
All right, guys.
Thank you.
I'll see you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. Hope you guys enjoy the finals weekend of the LCS and the LEC 2021 Summer Splits. Mad Lions are winning the LEC, and Cloud9 are getting that 5th trophy, baby. Let's fucking go. Anything else you want to say, man, before we close out of this?
It was a great weekend of games, and can't wait for this weekend coming up. That's all.
Okay. What the fuck? Minimum is $5 to tip this woman? Are you crazy? Oh my God.
Okay, he's just.
All right, guys. See you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I'm the Nightwing. Wave of Peace Force signing. Peace. Have a good day. See you guys later. Deuces. We're out this thing, man. Peace.